Chapter 6 Season 3 live event, we are going to see a huge battle between the Lost Reality and the Seven, because all of the evidence is pointing towards the arrival of both of these factions, especially after leakers found this chest in the files and it was attached to Season 3. You can tell from the color of this chest that it matches Seven's color theme, since we think this mysterious dark force who has the possession of piece of the 0 point inside of the spirit realm is in fact the Nothing, who is the creator of the Lost Reality, if you guys didn't know. Also someone who unleashed Herald on the island in chapter 3, which led to members of the Seven getting kidnapped and also their island getting destroyed. Very island the Seven fought for thousands of years, and when they finally got it, the Nothing took it away from them. Now Amy the robot went through the rift portal to go to save the Seven in chapter 4. Now most likely she is going to be successful and will be here at some point this season. And remember, before Amy left to rescue the Seven, she said they are going through the darkest fate imaginable. Seven will for sure look for a revenge. This rivalry between these two factions is not new. It's been going on for thousands of years. It looks like we are about to see a conclusion of this huge battle in this huge live event that is about to take place in chapter 6 season 3. What exactly started this rivalry? To understand this, we have to understand what happened in chapter 1 season 4 when Visitor arrived on the island to destroy something the Lost Reality has been chasing for hundreds of years. Before that, please leave a like, subscribe, and use code SMJM to avoid 5 months of bad luck. Don't risk it. Chapter 1 season 3, people noticed a shiny object in the sky. At first, people didn't really care about it. They thought Fortnite just added that to make the sky look cool. But every week, this object was getting bigger and bigger. If you know anything about comet or meteoroid, if that happens, that means this object is heading towards the island. Then it was confirmed in chapter 1 season 4, this huge meteoroid crashed on Dusty Depot. When we went inside the Dusty Divot crater, we see a giant rock cracked open, and inside there is a pod. This pod belonged to the Visitor, and this meteoroid was not a natural meteoroid. It was in fact a spaceship. Since then, we have seen the Seven enter the island like this. It is the only way they can get in the Fortnite island without letting their enemies know. Now, the Visitor went straight to Snobby Shores because he had a plan to construct a giant rocket. Now, their huge plan to destroy the 0 point has now begun. Same season, using the rocket, the Visitor creates a giant rift in the sky. Her plan is to create chaos on this island, and this rift does exactly that. Throughout chapter 1 season 5, we start to see multiple creatures, people, and locations from different realities arrive in Fortnite. Every time someone goes in or out of this reality, the 0 point gets a little bit destabilized. That is exactly what the Seven wants. This season, the Lost Reality finds out somehow about the Seven's plan to destroy the 0 point. They decide to attack the island by sending Kevin the Cube. But unlike the Seven, the Lost Reality wants to steal the 0 point. If they manage to get this object, they will be the most powerful organization in the history of Fortnite. Kevin the Cube goes around the island corrupting everything. Since this process was too slow, they decide to merge Kevin the Cube with this floating island, which accelerates this process of corruption. Everything was going perfect for the Lost Reality in chapter 1 season 6. For corrupting the island, and also people were turning corrupted as well, turning into these zombies-like creatures. But during the butterfly event, we see the 0 point fight against this dark power, and Kevin the Cube gets defeated. This worked out perfect for the Seven because the 0 point loses a lot of energy fighting against the cube, becoming more destabilized. Now all they have to do is wait for the right opportunity. But they did not have to wait long, because during Monster vs. Robot event, event, a robot pulls out the 0 point from the bunker to use its power to destroy a monster. After this event, the 0 point is exposed out in the open. You can see it is now cracked, and now this happens when it is overused and destabilizing. This happens throughout Chapter 1 Season X. Starts rifting at different locations, different people, creatures. At the end of Chapter 1, we see the 7 use this giant meteoroid. Their plan is to crash it into the 0 point, destroying it. Because they think by destroying the 0 point, they will free everyone on this island who is trapped in this loop. This loop was created by the Imagine Order to control the people on this island. In this live event, they successfully crash a meteoroid on the 0 point, but rather than exploding, the 0 point implodes. Every time something powerful implodes, it creates a black hole. That's exactly what happens. Everything is sucked inside of this black hole, and we all arrive in Chapter 2. This chapter, the 7 decides to lay low because now they know that this 0 point is almost impossible to destroy. While this was all happening, the Lost Reality are observing. They're waiting. They know they were going to get an opportunity. Again, they did not have to wait long because of this creature called Galactus. After the huge Big Bang, Galactus shows up on this island, sensing the energy, shows up on the island to eat the 0 point, pulls the 0 point out, exposing it out in the open. But luckily, the Avengers show up. They rift him away. Even though the 0 point was out in the open, the Lost Reality does not think this is the right time because they know that the 0 point will destabilize because more people are about to use it. Because trying to take the 0 point while it is strong is not very smart to do because it is very powerful. Remember, it's not just the Imagine Order who are trying to protect it. The 0 point itself does not want it to be taken, so it will fight. But if it's destabilized and vulnerable, it will be a lot easier for the Lost Reality to kidnap the 0 point. As predicted throughout Season 5, we see it get destabilized. When the Lost Reality shows up on the island to retrieve it, 0 point is not there. Dr. Sloan has hidden the 0 point. Using a bunch of explosives, she destroys the UFO ship. It turns out this was actually the Lost Reality's plan all along because everything that was inside of the mothership is now on the island. Everything was going according to the plan. They send the Cube Queen to the center of the island. She uses the power of the 0 point to open a giant portal in the sky. But their enemy 7 shows up on the island again and ruins everything. The 7 flips the island, taking us all to Chapter 3. Now this makes the Lost Reality extremely angry. Lost Reality set up a huge plan to take down the 7. They sent their best agent, Herald, to complete this mission. It's exactly what she does. While the 7 and the Imagine Order were fighting, she plants a reality tree to connect everything on this island. In Chapter 4, she kidnaps most of the members of the 7 and destroys this island. In Chapter 4, we find out there is a creature called the Shapeless Man who is trying to get on this island. And also, this robot called Amy tells us that the 7 are going through the darkest fate imaginable. She tells us she's going to save them all, and she goes through this rift portal. And we've not heard anything ever since. Now here we are in Chapter 6. After being rescued from the spirit realm, Jade tells us that there is this mysterious creature inside of the spirit realm who has the 0 point shard. She tells us that she can't see him. Night Rose in a conversation mentions the Nothing. Maybe this creature's inside the spirit realm is in fact the Shapeless Man, aka the Nothing, and Jade couldn't see him because he has no shape. Now that the leakers has found this chest attached to Season 3 which matches 7's color theme, I think this is a build up to a huge live event that we are about to see very soon, because it looks like the Lost Reality are going to be here looking for the 0 point, and the 7 will be here as well to take their revenge and also protect the island. I think at some point the 7 will be here to team up with Agent Jones again, along with Hope, fight against the Lost Reality. This Chapter 6 Season 3 live event is going to be massive. massive, and I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know your guys' theories in the comments down below. My name is Sam Jam. I love you, fams. Peace out.